Andrew Hupfer, and this will serve as my final for managerial analytics. So for question 1 regarding Moneyball, Billy Beane faces resistance when he tries to change the way baseball players pick them. And looking at the data analytics side of it and how he evaluates players based on the traditional scouting reports and kind of intuition. He uses data to focus on overlooked but important stats, which is not received well by the rest of them. Primarily, he talks about on-base percentage. The scene describes how new data-driven technology and methods can challenge the old ways of doing things and how resistant people are to change, despite the fact that it is backed up by data that is there and supports the argument. For question 2, who is Jon Snow? Not the character from Game of Thrones. What is his contribution to analytics? So Jon Snow refers to there was a cholera outbreak in London back in the mid-1800s. Dr. Jon Snow made a groundbreaking discovery by using data to solve a public health mystery. So he mapped the cholera cases, where they were coming from, found that they were clustered around a specific water pump. By removing that pump's handle, he stopped the spread of disease and proved that cholera was spread by contaminated water, not by bad air, as it was previously believed to have been so. Snow's use of maps and data analysis was some of the first examples of using data to solve real-world problems, showing the powerful effects of data visualization and utilization with regards to public health. For question 3, what are the key differences between descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive analytics? Descriptive analytics, is understanding what happened in the past. Charts, reports, dashboards, trends and patterns and data is what we're looking at. That's with descriptive. Predictive goes a step further by using it to predict what may actually happen in the future based on data within the past. And then lastly, prescriptive analytics is that kind of last step building upon it where you're making recommendations to specific actions to improve those outcomes of the future. So trying to better shape the future based on the data we have and the projected potential future outcomes. As far as the 4th question, what is machine learning? Explained by using an industry example of how machine learning is currently being applied in the workplace. So machine learning allows computers to learn from data and improve over time without needing to be programmed for each individual task that's at hand. As far as an example goes, we can talk retail with respect to Amazon. When you pull up your Amazon account based on what you've been searching for and what you've been looking at, Amazon will, through machine learning and various algorithms, will make suggestions for things that you may want to purchase. Another potential industry within finance. It can look at strange behaviors or things that may detect potential fraud. These are just 2 examples potentially. It's machine learning as a whole is making industries smarter. It automates things that in a way is removing the need for human error, or it's removing human error while improving accuracy. For question 5, what are some reasons why data visualization is important, may become even more important in the next decade? So it turns complex data into easy to understand visuals, such as charts, graphs, maps, anything that's a visual representation as opposed to being maybe numbers and algorithms and things that are difficult to truly understand or conceptualize. Visuals help people quickly spot trends, make better decisions. They just overall provide a different learning style or environment for people. Some people have different learning techniques, and visual tends to be one of the bigger ones that people can easily work off of. Businesses create these interactive, real-time visualizations that allow decision makers to analyze data as it comes out. And as more data is collected, these tools become more and more crucial or important for people to help make quick but informed decisions based on current up-to-date information, so that they're not having to then go read a book or wait on something to be published in order to have that information. They can have that real-time information now. And then lastly, describe your outlook to 5 years for the use of data science technology in an industry with which you are familiar. And then what current practices are likely to grow or decline in importance. So yeah, data science, I think as a whole, is transforming the industry. It's being utilized, as we previously talked about, to predict outcomes, improve services, to allow us to make more informed and real-time decisions. So one thing that I'm familiar with, my stepmom currently works in the healthcare field, and she's very heavily involved as she focuses primarily on prescriptions. So everything is data-driven, and as far as tracking and making sure that prescriptions go out on the right time, the delivery services, all of that. But specifically within healthcare, data science is being used to predict patients' needs, to tailor more prescribed treatments that are specific to them, more personal to them, and allowing doctors to make faster diagnoses, utilizing artificial intelligence, for example. As more businesses rely on data and they're moving away from outdated methods such as paper records, these new, more efficient and more accurate digital systems are becoming available and online. This is improving overall productivity. It's continuing to drive creative minds and innovation, and it's also increasing competition as a whole, right? Because if all different companies are competing, they're continually being more effective and predictive and tailoring to customers' needs. That's likely going to drive competition. So overall, better results are delivered because of it. This concludes my Module 8 final exam for Managerial and Analytics. Thank you for the time.